What is up, guys? JPR Tech here, and today we got a review of the Canon EOS-M grip, and it's also a / external battery compartment grip for the Canon EOS-M. Now, if you guys are looking for a way to step up your EOS-M footage game, then adding this external grip with a battery, you're gonna do a couple of things that really improve our quality in our footage. That is to stabilize our footage even more, and also you're gonna add battery life, which is something that if you're a Canon EOS-M user, you know we lack of. Yeah, the default Canon batteries are just horrific. They only last barely an hour or more if you're careful with your shooting. But this battery grip does come with a rare battery. It's the 18650. Well, I'm gonna leave the battery in the description down below. Check it out. But these are those batteries that support or fit into the battery grip. So they're a lot larger than your normal AAA batteries. Fortunately, I didn't know is my Feiyu Tech, the AK2000 gimbal that you see back there, it actually has the exact same battery. So now I got 8 batteries to run on this battery grip, and it's awesome. But you know what? I really doubt I'll ever need them. And the reason is because these batteries last for a long time. Now, more on that when we talk about the pros of this grip. Let's just talk a little bit about the build quality and the design, because the battery is a given. It's going to give us longer battery life. So let's just talk about the build quality and my thoughts on it. First of all, the design. Yeah, with the ridges and the little caveats that you could fit your fingers around, it's really comfortable if you have smaller to average hands. And now if you have a larger hand, then maybe it might be a little bit small for you, but a little bit of a grip is better than no grip. So definitely it is helpful, and I really appreciate the attempt to try to give us a grip-like design so it could be more comfortable to hold. The bottom does have a huge block, and that's where it's housing those 2 batteries, the 18650 batteries in there that powers the dummy battery that's inside the camera. And it does have a hole at the bottom where you can access that cord that plugs into the dummy battery, and you're able to access the SD card as well. So that is awesome. You don't have to fiddle with the screw to remove the battery grip in order to take out the data or the media of your SD card. You're able to access that easily. But with that said, if your hands are big, you might have a little bit of a rough time trying to fit 2 fingers in there. But for me, I'm average size hand, I was able to do it just fine. Talking about the base of this battery grip, is able to hold the camera when you're sitting on top of a table. It's able to just sit and stand by itself. That is depending on the lens you use, because for the kit lens and the pancake 22mm lens is no problem. But when I had my Sigma 16mm f1.4 mounted on the camera, it just kept falling forward. But that is a given. It's just physics, you know. We have no choice about that. Any camera with any grip that has a big lens on the front, it's gonna drop forward. So just keep that in mind when you're holding the camera. It's gonna be a little bit heavy, but other than that, thanks to the grip, it helps a lot to stabilize your footage. So I found no problems shooting with the Sigma 16mm f1.4. Since we're here talking about the build quality and the design, I do find a couple things that could be improved maybe in a future version of this grip. One is the external material. I think it's a little bit too smooth, slippery, you know, because this is after all just 3D printed material. It's like a plastic, so it's gonna be a little bit slippery. And if they just added like not a padding, but you know, like a little bit of a skin that you could stick it onto the surface of the grip, it will help allow adding additional grip power, since the fake leather or the rubberized material is going to be better than just hard plastic. So that's one thing that I'll probably end up doing a DIY for me, and maybe I'll make a video on it in the future. But another thing that could be implemented, maybe it's a little lock for the door that locks the batteries in the compartment. You see, these are snapped in by 3 magnets, and even though, yeah, it's a little bit hard to take off and put back in, it snaps right in place. I still fear that it might pop off, or if the magnets do end up losing their power over time. It's just a little bit risky. So even inside this 3D printed design, they could have a little latch that can just go inside the secondary grip, the left grip part, and just lock in there. That will give me a little bit more of a security, a safety net that reassures me that the batteries are not gonna fall off. And the last con that I found as far as the build quality and the design of this grip goes is related with these little hooks that we have here to mount our strap. On the right side is perfectly fine. We have enough space to be able to remove the hook or put them on as we like. But unfortunately, the left side is just too tight that you can't even go all the way down. So it's so tight that we can't remove it on and off. So you have to decide before you put the grip on the camera whether to have a strap there or not. Because if you do it, it's gonna be too late. You're gonna have to unscrew the grip, take off the strap or put on the strap, and then mount the camera on the grip. So it's just something to keep in mind as far as the design. If they just gave us a couple of millimeters, just a little bit to get around that hook, we might be able to just fit the hook on and off while it's mounted to the grip. But you know what? I'm fine with this design because I just feel like it's holding the camera all the way to the edge. So that's why it gives me so much sturdiness and allows the camera to just sit flush in the grip and avoid any wiggles. So I'm up for that. All right, secondly, let's talk about the two things that main reason why we got this battery grip. And let's just start with stabilization, because that is the number one thing that's gonna separate your footage from amateurs to a more advanced and pro looking footage. And that is stabilization. Yeah, so having a nice firm grip, and actually on both sides, that is something that I wasn't expecting to like so much, and I'm grateful that they did this design. They went with the design to have another grip on the left side as well, so no matter which hand is your strong hand, you'll have both grips to hold on to, and you could just stretch on the strap on your neck, pull, and just stabilize your footage. And paired with an IS lens such as the kit lens here, you're gonna get some gimbal worthy looking footage. So it's really awesome for stabilization. And with that said, even a non-IS lens such as the Pancake 22mm and my Sigma 16mm f1.4 prime lens still works just fine. I'm able to stabilize long enough to be able to fix the jitters in Davinci Resolve and get super ultra smooth footage. So definitely this is a big pro. Just last week I did a shoot where I reviewed this cheapo plastic pistol grip looking mini tripod for cameras, and I shot with a non-IS lens to really push the limits of that grip. I didn't even use a strap. As a matter of fact, it came out doable, but definitely a grip. This grip is gonna be a lot better because it's sturdier, it's stronger, and it's really stuck to the camera. It doesn't wiggle, it doesn't shift like a tripod would. So definitely a grip is a better alternative than an actual tripod legs. And lastly, let's talk about another pro that is so important in our Canon EOS-M shooting life, and that is the battery life. These batteries, the 18650 battery model, that's the model number. Just make sure you look for that battery in Amazon, eBay. You could find them anywhere, AliExpress, doesn't matter where you look. They sell them for cheap, and I actually got a set of 4 that came with this power bank / charger as well. So you could use this to charge those batteries as well as provide battery for any other electronic device that you may have, such as an iPad, an iPhone. You're able to power this, and in total is 10,000 milliamps, which is a lot. This works pretty good, and especially considering that each battery is 2600 milliamps. So if you compare that to the Feiyu Tech that has 2200 milliamps battery, I'm hoping that these batteries will give me an all-day shooting. I tested the Feiyu ones on this grip before these batteries arrived in mail, and the Feiyu Tech lasted me the whole day. Literally, I was shooting from afternoon, it was late morning, all the way till night, on and off, just shooting when I had a chance. And I did test videos and test footage, and I never saw the battery indicator go down. It just stayed at 100% the entire time. So I'm confident with a larger capacity batteries, this is gonna last me even longer. So that is awesome. I don't have to worry about charging my battery every single time I come home from shooting with the Canon EOS-M. I just pop up the battery, put it in the charger, because it just constantly drains. So with this, hopefully we get a little bit more ease of mind when I'm out in the field. So in conclusion, is it worth the $72 price tag that this thing has? Yes, definitely it is, because we're gonna push the level, the quality level of your videos a notch up, stabilizing your footage. You're gonna add grip. You're gonna add also battery life to shoot all day without worrying about batteries or changing batteries. You know, there are a lot of pros in this battery grip that I got for the Canon EOS-M, with so little few cons. Like I told you, with the smooth surface that's a little bit slippery, or the latching door, magnetic door that is, you know, I don't know how secure it's gonna be in the long run. But other than that, it's just an awesome purchase, and I'm glad I got it. I can't wait to keep shooting and sharing more footages with you guys of my Canon EOS-M. And speaking of which, why don't I just leave you with some more test footage so you can see what you can get with this battery grip and the Canon EOS-M. So let's roll that. Excuse me, I forgot to say goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed this montage of all my video clips shooting with the Canon EOS-M and this battery grip. And if you did, you feel like being awesome and nice today, smash that like button. Let me know any comments you may have or questions you may have. Leave them down below. You know where to put them. But thank you guys so much. Hopefully we'll see you guys again on the next one. So happy shootings.